2016, players were taken back to hell in Doom. The experience itself pushed not only the series to new heights, but also the first-person combat genre as a whole. Many would wonder how developer id Software would meet expectations in the follow-up entry, Doom Eternal, including myself. Well, somehow the team has done it again and taken us back to hell for another round of carnage, action, and a little bit of platforming.
I told you all to leave me here. I am where I belong.
Doom Eternal takes place on Earth, as Hell's armies have pretty much taken over the entire planet. The Doomslayer watches it all from space, as he's the one-man crew of the Fortress of Doom. Throughout the game, new areas of the ship unlock and new weapons are provided to you. While a safe haven, the Fortress of Doom is very much its own level, with secret areas and winding paths to explore. When you're ready, it's time to take a portal down to Earth to save humans from extinction. As the Doomslayer, you are a one-man army, and developer id does everything they can to make you feel that way. Your arsenal is vast, and in this entry, you'll need every bit of it. The game requires you to balance your approach of clearing out rooms of enemies. It's not possible to just use one gun throughout the entire game anymore. You now have to be skilled at a range of weapons available. Doom Eternal never allows you to get too comfortable, and the moment you feel you've seen everything, the game challenges you in a new way. In the first few levels, you'll approach large enemies every other room, but mostly by themselves. However, later down the line, these enemies appear in large groups. Regardless, the developers provide you with everything you need to get through these fights, even if it means you'll die a couple times. There's a flow within combat itself that you discover early on, shooting enemies, exhausting your ammo, deciding whether to chainsaw an enemy for more ammo or glory kill one for health. This goes with the balance. There's not always going to be mass amounts of ammo lying on the ground, but that's not going to stop the enemy from coming. Learning how to utilize the tools provided is essential to surviving here. But let me tell you, there's nothing like getting that rhythm going and pulling off some perfect combos during combat. Upgrading is a considerable part of Doom Eternal, and there are a few different areas that players can focus on. During gameplay, weapon points are earned and can be used to add additional bonuses to the attachments you've equipped to your weapons. These attachments are found throughout the level and can be applied to your arsenal. The player's suit can also be upgraded using materials found in levels. These upgrades adjust cooldown speeds as well as improve your map for discovering secret areas. What's surprising is how seamless it all feels. Platforming isn't something you'd expect with Doom, and yet it works. The game does a fantastic job of teaching you how to use these abilities in new ways, and then, much like the combat, slowly ramps up the difficulty. These elements are also sprinkled around the arena to make fights a bit more exciting to move around. However, I did get lost a few times during these moments of the game, as most appear to be only completable through trial and error, which slows down the pace considerably. The boss battles are a beast on their own, and the developers knew exactly what to do to test you, but at no point did I think, this isn't fun, and walk away. I was always pushing myself using the mobility of the Slayer and his arsenal to get through these tough sections. The game offers you a significant amount of options to customize your HUD. This allows you to make it intricate or as minimalistic as you wish. The layers of accessibility go even further across the game's difficulty. Furthermore, if you die several times at a boss, you are offered the chance to start a next life with a boost to your defenses at no cost at the experience. One thing I wish I could do was customize the red screen that appears when you're close to death. It was just a bit intrusive, especially on harder difficulties when one hit meant I was about to die, but maybe that means I shouldn't get hit. After completing the game, I attempted to do some online matches, but they didn't really carry the same appeal. The idea is that it's 2 versus 1, but you really have to take some time to create a character who works for you, because you won't go in wholly upgraded like you were in the main game. You'll either play as a Slayer or an enemy, and it's fun for a bit, but I found myself back in the single player campaign to look for missed secrets after a few matches. I really need to mention the game's soundtrack, which has a tendency to build up right when you need it most. It becomes the fuel for the action, what makes it feel like you are playing a music video. The music tones flows naturally with the level design and really keeps the pace for the surrounding action. Doom Eternal has raised the bar for the first-person action genre, and has done it in a way that only id Software can pull off. The developers took time constructing a game loop of carnage and mayhem while pushing the skills of the player and providing them with the tools needed to survive. It's just great game design, and I'm so happy to have experienced it. There's a light at the end of all this death and destruction, but getting it isn't easy. Doom Eternal takes the player on a journey, and it's one that I didn't want to end. There's no point in denying that this is a must-play title. Noisy Pixel is giving Doom Eternal a 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.